victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll set them back 5. To throw on second down. Shaw. And John Brown's got it complete. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Shaw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
no doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So now here are the Giants as they'll get their first opportunity here. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback, a multiple-time Pro Bowler. It's, of course, Eli Manning.
I still remember a scouting report that a former Giants GM had on Eli Manning coming out of Mississippi. He simply said he has it. And we always talk about the it factor, which means they're going to play large in big moments, in key situations, and Eli Manning has always had that.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the starting offense now for the Giants.
And everyone's going to be watching running back Saquon Barkley, the rookie sensation in 2018. He will draw all the attention now on offense with Odell Beckham Jr. now in Cleveland.
You got time right there. Go.
From the 41, Manning, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season, it's big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a giant 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Working from the gun, Manning. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And down to the 19-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Giants 1st down. A lot of eyes on Golden Tate this year to see if he can take over some of the production that OBJ had before he got shipped to Cleveland. You know, Beckham had 1,000-yard seasons 4 of his 5 years in New York. Golden Tate struggled at the end of last year in Philadelphia, but he had a really good run in Detroit, including 3,000-yard seasons in the middle of this decade. Into the red zone now, Manning. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the 1st quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake. Yeah,
he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. They run the counter. Gore. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll try and pick up the 1st with Gore. And he will have the 1st down as he's up to his 17-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up 1st downs.
The numbers for Gore on the ground last week. 20 carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Off the play fake. Shaw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo 1st.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Shaw. Got a man, it's Brown. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run here with Singletary. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Back to the ground, this time with Gore. Shrugs him off. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere. Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Shaw, and the grab by Croft. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. On 3rd down, Shaw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one. Patience, Grasshopper. Patience is early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it. By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time. Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time. All right, back to football. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it? Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air. Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Lorenzo Alexander coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing. And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. In his own end zone, it's Manning. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points. I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown. Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6. Come on. Come up to 6. A lot of points. Now, after the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now it's Gore. And all the way down to the 26. A big play here for Buffalo. 44 yards. Great run there, but it looked like they were going to have him for the stop. He was able to push through. They didn't wrap up defensively. No, they didn't. All credit to the runner for making it happen, breaking through some contact and going a long way. But the defensive guys, when they watch this on tape, they're not going to be real happy with themselves. They had a great opportunity that they let slip through their hands. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Operating from the gun. Shaw drops it underneath the goal. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
On first and goal, Gore. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
Here's Shaw. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Picked up by Julian Love, the rookie from Notre Dame. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Here's Hauschka for the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Eli Manning getting ready to go again on offense. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown-to-interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
On second down now, Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun now for Manning. And Tate's got it. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. $16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I'm going back to you.
Manning to Barkley on the draw play. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Manning now to throw. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. This is Penny. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out, and the Bills are going to get the football back. John Brown now heading back onto the field as he gets set to go here. They've got the lead. They haven't really had to utilize him all that much so far, but I guess if you're winning on the scoreboard, not too much to complain about.
Not at all, but you know those guys out wide, they want as many catches as they can possibly get. They may need him later on if things get a little tighter.
Yeah, so far 2 catches. We'll see what happens here as the game progresses. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
27 yards there, a 1st down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Off play action. Shaw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down. To throw on second down. Shaw. And Foster loses the football. It's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so because the run has been very effective for them.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. From the 17, Manning finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And Singletary has it stripped. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. On 1st down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Michael Thomas on the stop. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Shaw. It's caught. Smith. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
This quarterback now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there, couldn't hang on. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Draw play, this is Yeldon. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Shaw. They go with a screen. It's Yeldon. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? On the draw, this is Barkley. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Manning. And he gets it complete to Latimer. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Looking to throw. Shaw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. They will run with Singletary. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Here's a look at Golden Tate as he heads back onto the field now. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. On 2nd and a couple, Manning. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Manning. And Latimer's got it. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Manning now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the gun, Manning. He completes it to Tate. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Manning's throw complete to Tate. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On 1st down, Manning. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Manning to throw once more. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Open man right side is Ingram.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Aldrick Rosas now to try the Giants field goal.
For the field goal, a 28-yard attempt.
And Rosas puts this one through. And that'll get the deficit back to 16. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Shaw. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He's got Smith here. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
59. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Cole Beasley as the first half is winding down. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now Hausch can attack on the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Manning. He's got his man. This is Tate. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Now the Pro Bowl kicker, Aldrick Rosas. Last year, he hit one from 57. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
Stephen Hauschka on for the field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start down in the Sunshine State, an AFC East matchup between New England and Miami. And it's the Patriots leading that one in the second quarter. Julian Edelman, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head up to Cincinnati to check in on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Jimmy Garoppolo. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. 76 yards. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in Week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
Like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
To throw is Manning, and they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's been effective in their winning, so it makes it a little easier to put a montage together.
It really does, doesn't it? Because we can see him throwing it really well. But how about everything else that's going on? Protection has been excellent, and of course the guys catching the ball have provided some highlight reels themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always just one man. He's been good, but you got the guys catching the ball too.
Yeah, you name it. It's all coming together for them. What they call that synergy. Everything working together really well, and right now he's the focal point of it.
It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
That's what I do. Check, 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 check.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I got you.
On the counter, it's Yeldon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. From the gun, Shaw got him in. It's Brown. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Brown signed with the Bills in March. Last year he was in Baltimore, 4 seasons in Arizona prior to that, but they're hoping that Brown can add a lot of speed to this offense, which he should. Last year in Baltimore, 715 yards and 5 touchdowns.
47 is the mic. Watch the screen. Pass.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Mike 29. All day, just like that. Just like that.
To throw on second down, Shaw. And this one caught by Beasley. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 27. Back to throw. Shaw, complete. Smith has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Off the play fake. Shaw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Shaw. And the grab by Croft. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Shaw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. To throw again on second down. Manning. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Manning now on first down. Throw left side complete to Ingram. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Manning, catch made by Slayton. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Manning. A short throw to Ingram. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Got an open man, it's Foster. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Off the bootleg. Shaw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold.
Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Shaw. And that is incomplete.
They don't want
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
The Bills send the punter out. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. He juked him. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They'll go to Barkley again. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.